क्योंकि मनुष्य की बुद्धि Shri Mataji, அனைவருக்கும் காலை வணக்கம். மெதுவாக அன்னை வணங்கி குண்டலினி எழுப்பி பந்தனிட்டுக் கொள்வோம். நம்முடைய வலது கை இதயத்தில் இருக்கட்டும், இடது கை அன்னையை நோக்கி இருக்கட்டும். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய இதயங்களை பரிசுத்தமாக்கி எங்களுடைய இதயங்களுள் வாருங்கள். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, எல்லா மாயைகளையும் நீக்கி எங்களுடைய இதயத்தில் தங்களுடைய பொற்பாதங்களை வழிபடும் யோகியதையும் அனுமதியும் தாருங்கள் அன்னையே. இரு கைகளும் அன்னை நோக்கி இருக்கட்டும். மூன்று மகா மந்திரங்கள் மற்றும் கணேஷ் மந்திர.
Shri Sahasrar Swami Shakti Mataji, Shri Mataji, Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
மீண்டும் ஒரு முறை நம்முடைய வலது கை இதயத்தில் இருக்கட்டும், இடது கை அன்னையை நோக்கி இருக்கட்டும். அன்னையே, நான் ஆத்மா என்பதை பரிசுத்தமாக உணர்கிறேன். நான் ஆத்மா என்பது மட்டும்தான் தூய்மையான உண்மை. எனக்கு ஆத்மாவின் போதனையையும் ஆத்மாவின் அனுபவத்தையும் தாருங்கள். நம்முடைய மனதில் இருந்த இந்த பிரார்த்தனையானது மிகவும் பணிவாகவும் ஆத்மாவின் அனுபவத்தை எதிர்பார்த்து நோக்கியும் இருக்க வேண்டும். நம்முடைய வாய் அளவில் வெறும் ஆத்மா என்பது சொல்வது மட்டுமல்லாமல், நம் ஆத்மா என்று முழுவதுமாக உணர்ந்தால் இவ்வாறான மாற்றங்கள் நிகழும் என்பதை உணரும் தருணம் இது. நம் கவனம் முழுவதையும் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியின் மீது செலுத்தி மிக பணிவாக ஒரு ஏக்கத்தோடு, தாயே, நான் ஆத்மாதான், எனக்கு இந்த ஆத்மாவின் அனுபவத்தை தாருங்கள் அன்னையே. யுக யுகங்களாக நான் தேடி அலைந்த உண்மை இதுதான். ஜென்ம ஜென்மங்களாக நான் உங்களை தேடி அலைந்து இஜென்மத்தில்தான் உங்களை கண்டுகொண்டேன். அந்த அனுபவத்தை அதிகரியுங்கள் அன்னையே. என் இதயத்தில் தாங்கள் முழுமையாக எழுந்தருளுங்கள். என்னை வழி நடத்துங்கள். எனக்கு ஆத்மாவின் முழுமையான அனுபவத்தை தாருங்கள் அன்னையே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, நான் ஆத்மாதான். எனக்கு ஆத்மாவின் முழுமையான அனுபவத்தை தாருங்கள். நான் ஆத்மாதான் என்று சொல்ல சொல்ல நமக்குள் ஆற்றல் பெருகும், சோம்பல் நீங்கும். ஆத்மாவின் பரமாத்மாவின் பெயர் ஒளியானது நம்முடைய ஆத்மாவின் மீது பட்டு நம்முடைய சஹஸ்ராரம் திறந்து ஒவ்வொரு சக்கரங்களும் நாடிகளும் அதில் வீற்றிருக்கும் அனைத்து தேவதைகளும் தெய்வங்களும் செயல்படத் தொடங்குவர். நம்முடைய பிரார்த்தனையானது மீண்டும் மீண்டும் இருக்க வேண்டும், மிகவும் உண்மையாக இருக்க வேண்டும். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, நான் ஆத்மாதான். வலது கை தொடர்ந்து இதயத்தில் இருக்கட்டும். சிவோகம் சிவோகம்.
शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहं मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायु न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायु चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायु न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायु न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोश न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोश न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायु न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायु चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभाव मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभाव न धर्मो न चार्तो न कामो न मोक्ष न धर्मो न चार्तो न कामो न मोक्ष चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञा न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञा अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् न मे मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेद न मे मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेद पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्य न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्य चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभुत्वाच सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां विभुत्वाच सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्ध सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्ध चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम्
இரு கைகளும் மண்ணை நோக்கி இருக்கட்டும். எண்ணங்கள் அற்ற நிலையில் தியானம் செய்வோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியோடைய ஒரு அருளுரை கேட்போம். லெஃப்ட்டு ரைட்டு இம்பேலன்ஸ் இருந்ததுன்னா பேலன்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கிங்க. அப்போது
today's puja. They also know. Huh? I'm very happy to be here with you after such a long time, and I missed you all very much. I know you are very far away from the rest of them, but you are always in my heart, and you shouldn't worry about the distance. We have to realize that we have entered into a new, this kind of hands you should have, not yes, if you have to sit it properly. You have to understand that we have now entered into the kingdom of God. And our culture has to change. Our style has to change. Our understanding has to change. Unless until we change, nobody is going to take us seriously. Moreover, it's very difficult to trigger things if there is no perfect instrument. As you know that I went to Russia second time for the yoga seminar, where we had people from all over the Eastern Bloc. That was my idea, to get them there. And there were from every country about 2 or 3 people only. And very strong, very deep, very understanding. I spoke hardly for 30 minutes. It's such a miracle. And 15 minutes I gave them realization, about 10 minutes and 5 minutes I was just there. And all of them got practically realization, all of them. Very surprising and so deeply. When I walked out of the room, they all came after me. That you don't see in Western countries, that kind of a thing. All of them walked after me, ran after me. They wanted to give their addresses and they wanted me to go to their country and this and that. I said, all right, I'll come. We took their addresses, even from Romania, everywhere. And they went back. Within 8 days, one could trigger out the thing. It worked because they were so deep. Because they were so much equipped to trigger the happening. That's how they triggered their country and how they worked it out. So if we live on a superficial level of Sahaja Yoga, then we cannot do much for ourselves nor for the country, and it's just a wasteful life, neither here nor there. It's like a seed which is sprouted and has not grown into the tree. So first of all, we have to learn that we have to become very deep people, very deep. We must teach our depth. I've heard that people come to pujas and things and their main interest is in food. As soon as the puja is over, they just rush for food. How can you? Now after puja you get into a mood, after meditation you get into a mood of meditative nature and you just sit down and you can't get up because you have fallen into the well sort of thing happens. How can you just get up and walk for cakes or things? You can't think about it. So then judge yourself, how you are, how far you are. You have to work out your vibrations because you are going to create that beautiful vision in this country for your children, for yourself, for the whole country, ultimately for the whole world. But if you do not take it up seriously, just by the way, Sahaja Yoga is just by the way, it doesn't work out. It has to be way of life. And in everything that you do, it has to be a Sahaj culture. And in Sahaj culture, so many things are to be understood, that this is natural, this is real, and we have to accept the way it is. So many things are happening in the West which I think are just destructive, absolutely destructive to the society. The society is not at all looked after here. Maybe I would blame this to the women of Australia and New Zealand, that women are not understanding their responsibility and do not understand what is their role is. Also, they have no self-esteem. The other day I was traveling by plane and most of the ladies were smoking and men were not smoking. Men were looking after the children and women were busy smoking like men, you see, looking like half men, half women. It's surprising. This is very destructive because, as I have said, that men and women are like two wheels of a chariot, one on the left, one on the right. The left cannot go to the right and right cannot go to the left. So we have to understand that our role is much more important than of the other. Like the men have an important role as well as the women have even more important role. To be a mother itself is a very big thing. Why God has given you the motherhood? Because God thinks you are like the mother earth, that you look after, nourish the child, nourish the family, do all these things. Don't try to follow the methods of men like smoking, drinking, behaving like them. You just see the trend, how far it is going. The self-esteem is so low. Now for women, the other day I was telling you about the way they are talking about sexy women. I mean, one should be ashamed of saying such a thing for women, because one should take an objection. We are not prostitutes that every man should look at us and enjoy us. Why? Are we sold out for them, or are we something for show? The women have no self-esteem. They fight on wrong things. They don't fight on the right things. The right is that you should be respected and you should not be treated like something on the show, that any man can look at you and and that the men should look at you, then you have some value. It's nonsense. This is not the way to make great nations and great children and great families. So the society of any country depends on the women, which is a very solid work which is underground. They don't want to show off. Any country which has got good women make good societies. And I must say the credit goes to Indian women in India. They have not bothered about these things. See, they are not bothered about their looks and the sexy nonsense. If somebody says them to sexy, I mean, they'll slap you. Feel very hurt. What is this? What do you think us to be? And to be proud of what work you are doing. Of course you have to work outside and do something else, but who will look after the children? Who will manage the household? Who will keep the peace of the house is to be seen. So in such culture one must understand that women have to be women and men have to be men. But men must learn to respect the women as housewives. They must really respect them very much. If they do not respect their women, then also they will retaliate, there will be a rebellion, and there's all this women's libel that has started. It's the mistake of men, not of women so much, because they have challenged their personality so much that now they have started behaving like that. So in Sahaja Yoga we respect the women. We allow them their own freedom, we trust them, and we treat them equal. They have to be equal. They may not be similar, but they are equal. Both the wheels have to be equal, otherwise one is smaller, one is bigger, then the chariot will never move forward, it will go round and round and round. So that is to be understood. That's very much important nowadays in the West, because I find slowly the derailment is towards hell. All these thoughts are going to take people to nowhere, because nobody takes the responsibility of molding creating moral values for children. You have to give proper breeding. These days I find children are very indisciplined here, because we are afraid to face them. You have to face them and you have to tell them that this is not so, you are Sahajogis and you have to behave like Sahajogis. They have to be modest, they have to be humble. There should be a kind of an awe for parents. If they don't have that awe for their parents, how can they have awe for me or for God? They cannot. Whatever you may tell them, they will not have. If they have no awe at all for the parents who are Sahajogis, that means these children will become wayward like other children. And that is a very big risk you are running, because I am depending on the children who are born realized, and I don't want them to go hayward, because the parents have not looked after them and faced them. So, on the whole, we must understand the role of men and women. and the respect that we have to pay to each other. Now, if husband is not respectful to woman, then the children will not be respectful to her, and the whole thing will be finished. And that's why there is no domination of anyone as such. There should not be any domination. But everybody has one's own role, and where the wife is concerned, she should take a decision. Where the man is concerned, he should take a decision. And one must respect it, because these are two different areas in which the man has to live and the woman has to live. Wherever this balance goes out, it has gone out in our country also, we should say in India, which there are now funny things are happening thanks to the Muslims who lived there and had such an impact that we are having dowry system and all kinds of other things there we have. But also there are societies which are trying to work it out. They are not Sahajogis, but work it out. They are getting improved and they are trying to change their ways and methods, and this is coming before the people to see that things should be all right. But supposing the women would have taken some sort of a weapon in their hands and started beating all the men, what would have happened? You see, you are complementary to each other. So must understand, first of all, our role in Sahaja Yoga, that we have to establish our self-esteem, and we have to respect ourselves and we have to respect others. Because you are all saints, and saints have to respect each other. I've been talking all the time. So you have to respect the saints, that you are a saint and another one is a saint. I always give the example of Namadeva. Namadeva was a tailor, a great poet and a great saint. And he went to see another one whose name was Gora Kumar, who was a potter. And when he went to see him, Gora Kumar was busy kneading the clay to make the pots. See, just with his feet he was kneading the clay. He looked at him. When he looked at him, he just stood thoughtless. And then the words he said, so beautiful. He said, I have come to see the Nirakara, the Nirguna, the formless, means the vibrations. I came to see the vibrations, but here it is in the form standing. What an appreciation. What an adoration from one saint to another who had never seen another person. That I see the whole of this Nirakara, the Nirguna, is in the form of you. Just think of it. And that is what we have to be. But if we cannot trust other Sahajogis, we cannot love each other, we cannot understand each other, that means we are something lower than others. Some people have a habit of criticizing all the time. This is not all right. They don't see that there's something wrong with them within themselves, that they are criticizing others. So there's no chance for criticizing in Sahaja Yoga. First thing is that you should see yourself what you are and where you stand, and how you are going to help yourself first of all. Then you can help others. But there is no need at all to put a critical eye on others, because then you become good for nothing. You done all the bad things, you see all the bad things in other people, and what do you develop is a non-collective personality, which is such a headache to us, and ultimately you have to go out of surgery.
தொடர்ந்து தியானத்தில் இருப்போம். ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. அன்னைக்கு நன்றி சொல்லி குண்டலினி எழுப்பி பந்தனிட்டுக் கொள்வோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, இன்றைய தினத்தில் நாங்கள் செய்யும் அனைத்து செயல்களையும் எங்கள் உதிக்கும் அனைத்து எண்ணங்களையும் தங்களிடம் சமர்ப்பிக்கின்றோம். இன்றைய தினத்தை வெற்றிகரமாகவும் ஆன்மீகத்தில் பல படிகள் முன்னேற்றத்தையும் தாங்களே எங்களுக்கு தர வேண்டும். அன்னையே தாயே, இன்றைய தியானத்தை தந்தமைக்கு கோடான கோடி நன்றி தாயே. ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. நேராக இருக்கவங்க மகாலட்சுமி அஷ்டகம் கேளுங்க. மாலையில் சந்திக்கலாம்.
नमस्तेस्तु महामाये श्रीपीठे सुरपूजिते। नमस्तेस्तु महामाये श्रीपीठे सुरपूजिते। शङ्खचक्र गदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। शङ्खचक्र गदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते गरुडारूढे कोलासुरभयङ्करी। नमस्ते गरुडारूढे कोलासुरभयङ्करी। सर्वपाप हरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। सर्वपाप हरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। सर्वज्ञे सर्ववरदे सर्वदुष्टभयङ्करी। सर्वज्ञे सर्ववरदे सर्वदुष्टभयङ्करी। सर्वदुःखहरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। सर्वदुःख हरे देवी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। सिद्धिबुद्धिप्रदे देवी भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनी सिद्धिबुद्धिप्रदे देवी भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनी मन्त्रमूर्ते सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते मन्त्रमूर्ते सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। आद्यन्तरहिते देवी आद्यशक्ति महेश्वरी आद्यन्तरहिते देवी आद्यशक्ति महेश्वरी योगजे योगसम्भूते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते योगजे योगसम्भूते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। सूक्ष्म महारौद्रे महाशक्ति महोदरे स्थूल सूक्ष्म महारौद्रे महाशक्ति महोदरे महापाप हरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महापाप हरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। पद्मासनस्थिते देवी परब्रह्म स्वरूपिणी पद्मासनस्थिते देवी परब्रह्म स्वरूपिणी परमेशी जगन्मातर महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते परमेशी जगन्मातर महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। श्वेताम्बरधरे देवी नानालङ्कारभूषिते श्वेताम्बरधरे देवी नानालङ्कारभूषिते जगस्थिते जगन्मातर महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते जगस्थिते जगन्मातर महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। महालक्ष्मी अष्टकं स्तोत्रम् यः पठेत् भक्तिमान् नरः सर्वसिद्धिमवाप्नोति राज्यं प्राप्नोति सर्वदा। एककालं पठे नित्यं महापापविनाशनं, द्विकालं यः पठे नित्यं धनधान्यसमन्वितः, त्रिकालं यः पठे नित्यं महाशत्रुविनाशनं, महालक्ष्मीर्भवे नित्यं प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा।
साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। जय श्री माता।